South Korea has just fallen to the giants of Brazil in an expected result with very unexpected goals, I would say. A lot of class goals, which it's hard to avoid when you're watching Brazil. But for me, South Korea had the goal of the game, but that's beside the point. Brazil moving on to play, I believe, Croatia the next round after this. I don't know what you think about this game. It was a, like I said, expected result, 100%, but entertaining one nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean, we called it literally in the last episode. We said this is a Brazil win straight off the bat. So,
Yeah,
it's expected. I mean, complete domination. I didn't expect them to, be able to just pass around that South Korean defense like that at certain times, especially on the goals. They were just 1-2 tiki tack all around them straight through, especially that Richarlison goal with the 1-2 and then straight
that was
through.
nice. That was a nice
And
assist.
then, yeah, and then the first goal, well, no, second goal was Neymar's goal, right? And the first goal was Vinicius Jr., who had lovely, lovely finish past four
Mhm.
guys who were trying to defend on the line. Yeah, it was a very convincing victory. They could have had more,
Yeah,
but their keeper, shout out to the keeper of South Korea, didn't give up.
yeah.
Kept the
I,
scoreline respectable to an
yeah.
extent.
Even after conceding four, still does a lot. Still did a lot. Played his part for sure.
Yeah,
And
and
you
then
can't knock South Korea.
Allison. No,
Yeah,
you
because
can't. No,
no,
they tried. Oh,
yeah,
I was gonna say Allison also came up big for Brazil. Certain occasions kept the score line pretty far in between. I feel like if he wasn't in goal or like he didn't make those saves, it actually would have been a much closer game. But I
right.
think Brazil would have probably piled it on more at the same time. So I'm not too sure if it would have been like, oh, down to the wire. I think it literally would have been
Yeah,
just more goals scored. What
right.
were you gonna say?
Yeah, I was gonna say so. South Korea is, it's like you can't knock South Korea for the fight. They pulled out here. Um, both Asian teams, South Korea and Japan, both sadly losing today, but they played hard, played with their heart. Like as you should in any World Cup. I mean, getting to this point in the World Cup is great because South Korea didn't make it last time, right? In the group with
Yeah,
Mexico, Germany, and Sweden, right?
Sweden.
So,
Yeah,
so this is an achievement on their own to get there. Heung-min Son wasn't even, had surgery around his eye for the fracture, like not even 6 8 weeks before, whatever. And he was considered, like he might not have even played, but he did. It's great,
yeah,
and I don't know, it's just good. It's good for the Asian football community to watch this game and be proud of their teams, South Koreans as a whole. It's very promising for the future for both Japan and South Korea, and it's gonna be very interesting to see. Yeah, it's good. It's great. It's great. Regardless of the result, they
it's a
played
good
hard.
step forward. It's a good
It's
step
a
forward.
good.
Especially they came out of a tough group: Uruguay, Portugal, Ghana.
Yeah,
Tough group. No one really said. I mean, we didn't say they were gonna make it.
yeah,
I had money on them, but the hopes were literally just for the odds. The odds were good. That's the
yeah,
only reason why. But yeah, they did good. It's good to be proud, especially
yeah.
if you're Japanese or South Korean. It's something to be proud of with that performance. Yeah, you didn't get the
Definitely.
result in the end. But it happens. It happens. It's a good
That's
step.
okay.
It's Brazil. Like, come on now. Like,
Yeah, it's arguably even at the game the strongest side in the World Cup.
yeah,
So
I mean, let's be honest here. After this performance, they do look the strongest side so
yeah,
far because of how easily they're able to move the ball.
definitely. I mean, not
So
not
I'm
to say
kind of,
though. No, go ahead.
I don't know. I was gonna say I'm kind of scared for Croatia. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
There's
I
certain
mean,
certain aspects that Japan was able to exploit. So
right.
if Japan was able to, then begs the question: with a much better team, Brazil should be able to
Could
exploit.
Brazil? I would agree, but I would also say in the reverse, Croatia could. There are some things Brazil don't have going for them that Croatia could. I know like Brazil aren't the greatest on defending out wide, um, and I think Croatia could take advantage of that because they do have good wide players. Kramaric plays out wide sometimes. Kostic plays out there, so like they very solid players and they very easily could exploit that. Um, I think it's gonna be a good game though. I don't think it's gonna be. I think Brazil is still coming out with a victory, but it's not going to be like a 4-1 like today. I think Croatia are going to put up a
No,
good fight for sure.
yeah, I
So,
think it'll be pretty close. Also, I
yeah.
just want to apologize for the sound. There's people on the roof, so I just want to
Oh, damn.
apologize right
It's
now if
okay.
you
My
can hear that.
plane's flying overhead right now, too. So, um,
Just not good, not a good time. But yeah, yeah, good performance. Diego is not here with us, unfortunately, but he has sent some stuff in the group chat that I will read out. Hold on, I gotta get prepared for this. Okay, Diego always wears his hoodie with his headphones, so that's what we're doing. So he didn't really text a whole lot, but he said that Richarlison goal is too nasty, and Brazil opened up the defense really easily, and he just wanted to say that Richarlison's amazing because he's from Spurs and he's super biased. But yeah, Richarlison. That's Diego's comment was Richarlison's the goat. That's exactly
Did
what
he
he
even say
said.
that? Did he even say that?
Yeah, I'm
I
pretty
don't know
sure
if
he
he said
did.
that.
Pretty sure he
I
did.
don't know if he said in the
Yeah.
group chat
So
here.
yeah, and then also if Diego's here, he'd probably say that was a complete performance. Great result. Unfortunately for the South Koreans, they couldn't pull it through, but great tournament. He would say something like that. All right,
Something along those
he
lines.
was here
With a
with
hood
us
on
in
and
spirit.
everything.
Yeah. Okay, I messed
Yeah.
up my hair
So
for that. Also, Lucas
worth it.
Paqueta. Lucas
Mm,
Paqueta. What a goal! That volley
mm,
is so hard to hit. That's a
mm-hmm.
hard volley to hit. So
And
I'm gonna
placed it
gas
where
up
we
my
wanted
man.
to.
Yeah,
I mean,
placed
but
it
even
perfectly.
I was going to bring down Lucas Paqueta, but even like that was the second best goal of the game for me with South Korea's only goal
Oh yeah,
being
no,
a
100%
class
on the
volley
volley.
outside the box foul. Well, a little deflection, but still was beautiful. Still was going to be on target regardless. Sexy. I mean, like I said,
Yeah, I
start of the video, like all the goals, most of the goals today were phenomenal. Absolutely
except the
phenomenal.
Neymar goal. I mean, okay, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but like the Korean keeper, no offense, he played well the majority of the game, but that penalty, I don't know what he was doing because he was making so many movements that you'd think he would dive for something, right?
Right.
And then he just doesn't, and it's like
Yeah.
it was a savable pen too because it wasn't that fast. He
Mm-hmm.
waited and then he just didn't go anywhere. So I was like, oh, I don't really, as you can tell, I don't really like Neymar guys too much. So after the 2018 World Cup, after Brazil knocked Mexico out, don't really like Neymar a whole lot. But yeah, that was a bit unfortunate. I thought he could have saved it. Would have been maybe a different game to an extent. Maybe they would have held it a little bit longer. But yeah, a complete performance from
Definitely.
Brazil.
Definitely.
Shout out
Like we
Paqueta.
said, shout out Paqueta, shout out Charlie, everyone. Tego Silva, good assist. And it's everything going on. Like we said earlier, I think this pretty much solidifies Brazil as one of the strongest, if not the strongest.
Yeah.
Um, to me, the ideal final right now would be Brazil France, because to me those are the top two sides on each side of the bracket. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I think a
Damn.
final of that nature would be a final of that nature would be entertaining and a very class match to watch for sure.
Yeah, 100%. No doubt.
Um, yeah, so I think for me those
That
are my
that
two
would
stronger sides
that
for
would be
sure.
so much fun to watch too. Just
That'd be
it's
great.
two attacking teams just going at each other because it's like,
Yeah,
yes, they have defense, but like let's be honest here, they're known for their attacking qualities. So it's like
right.
two attacking teams going at each other. I think that would be a high scoring final, if I'm being honest with
Definitely.
you. Like
And
seeing that go to like overtime would be crazy.
that says a lot about the attack too, because both France and Brazil individually have probably the two best defenses in the World Cup. I mean, like the level of defenders, the France team and the Brazilian team, the absolute icons on Brazil, Thiago Silva, Marquinhos, and France, with their plethora of center backs and stuff. Like that says a more so about the attack and how good both attacks are with Mbappe for France and Vinny, Neymar, Richarli, especially Richarli, who's in the form of his life right now for Brazil and
Yeah,
Qatar.
he showed up. He showed up when he needed to, not for
He really
Spurs
has,
right now, but
and it's especially because Gabriel Jesus is out for the rest of the World Cup.
yeah,
That's huge. So Richarli needs to step it up, and not to say he hasn't been, because he has been. He's been their
yeah.
star
He took the
striker.
opportunity, seized it, and
He has,
now he's
yeah.
scoring goals.
So it's been great. It's been great, and it's definitely gonna lead to a fantastic rest of the World Cup for
Yeah.
sure. But like we said, Brazil Croatia should be a good game for sure. This is not going to be as easy as people think, and a
Yeah,
Croatia win, I I don't think it's gonna be
that's a
easy.
massive.
I think Brazil are gonna win. I don't think it's gonna be easy, because I think we've
I
seen
can
the
see like
quality
a
Croatia can have.
2-1.
Yeah,
I can
that's
see
what I
like
mean.
a
Like it's
2-1
not gonna be
close
like a
game.
4-1 thrashing, of South Korea. It's
Hmm.
gonna be a closer one. Maybe Brazil dominate a little more, but the scoreline will reflect a closer game than this for sure.
Yeah, especially if you get a what? No, don't France and Spain? No, not Spain. Don't France and Brazil play each other in the semis, or are they on
No,
opposite sides of the bracket?
opposite sides. Brazil's on
Opposite
that
sides.
side.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
That ESPN. I have a guy's clarification. I have an ESPN bracket, and it doesn't clarify who's on which side. So
Mm.
they're just right next to each other. So I assume, but yeah, But it makes yeah, that was a brain fart on my part. But yeah,
Yeah. So like, we could see if Brazil win the next game. That's why we could see Argentina and Brazil on the left side, and then the right side. Well, tomorrow's going to be a day. Tomorrow's going to be
day.
Switzerland, Portugal, and then Morocco, Spain. Two potential big upsets right there. That's going to be huge.
I mean, we called it technically so far. The upsets that we've called, like the games have been good.
Yeah,
Like
for sure.
Japan technically had no right to like be in there with Croatia to an extent. You know, certain people
Mm.
kind of wrote them off already. So yeah, Morocco, Spain, gonna be a good game. We already predicted upsets gonna happen in both those games. Cinderella stories on that right side of the bracket. So hopefully that's true. But yeah, definitely 2 games to watch for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And they'll be great. They'll be great. We'll
Mm,
have match reactions up for hopefully both of those. I think is the plan. I think me and Diego, because Andres
yeah,
will not be here.
we'll see until.
So me and Diego will come up with our match reactions for that. And then one thing I want to do is when the knockout rounds end, think after tomorrow we should do like a match preview, like a quarterfinals preview of how we think
Yeah,
the
that's fine.
quarterfinals is
I
going to
can do
go.
that.
Yeah. Um, all right. Well, we'll just
Oh,
cap that one off there. I mean, it was another good game to watch. Another entertaining day of football. Um, what more can you ask for? I mean, this Qatar has somehow bred one of the best World Cups we've experienced and we've
yeah.
seen in a long time. So yeah, so we're right there alongside you guys with these videos, alongside the games coming out. If you want to see more of these reactions, per usual, we say please subscribe, turn notifications on, all that jazz. Just expect, honestly, at this point, just expect one coming out within the next 30, 45 minutes after the game ends, and share the channel, and we'll have one out. So you can hear our opinions, all that jazz, our predictions for the next day. You know the deal. So freaking Deo couldn't be here, but a little
He was
disappointing
here in
on his
spirit.
part. But
He channeled through me. He
we
was
saw
here
the
in
hood.
spirit.
We saw the
We
hood
saw
go off. So
the hood returned. He was here
so
technically.
he was. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed, like I said, please like, please subscribe, notifications, all that jazz, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for the next 2 games.